Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey Fulcher. Thank you for coming today to listen to my speech. What I'm going to be talking to you today about is the importance of voting. Every 2 years, America has a big election. The governor and the presidential. Those are two very big elections for our country. Unfortunately, Americans have seemed to lose interest in voting, which is not good for our country. In this speech, I will reiterate why it is important to go to the polls and cast your vote. Firstly, I want to debunk the thinking that your vote does not matter. Your vote, the reason people think this is because there's 300 million some people living in America. They think that their one vote does not matter. According to National Geographic in the article, Why Voting is Important, in 2000, in Florida, the race that President Bush was in, he won Florida by 537 votes. That was 0.009 of Florida votes. So that means if those 537 people didn't come out to the polls, Bush would not have won. If those 537 people thought that their vote did not matter, he would not have won that race. That's how important your vote is. Also, your vote weighs a ton in elections such as the city council or the Senate, because that is a smaller election, so therefore your vote weighs more for that. It also shows that you care about what's going on in your country and your community. Furthermore, voting makes you a good member of society, okay? According to the Pew Research Center, in an article entitled "Most Americans Say It's Very Important to Vote to Be a Good Member of Society," a survey was taken and 7 out of 10 Americans said that in order to be a good member of society, you have to go vote. You have to go vote to be considered a good member of society, that you're giving back to these society. That number comes to around 69% of Americans. That's a lot of the country that thinks you have to vote. In that same article, with a survey taken in 2022, they did a comparison of how many Americans think we should get the COVID vaccine, and only 44% thought you should get the COVID vaccine to be considered a good citizen. So that is way less than that percentage of people that think you should go to the polls to be a good member of society. Also, this study found that it varies on the party affiliation. Now, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, both, when they were surveyed about the elections, they both thought that it was very important. Now, when they surveyed the two about the COVID thing I just brought up, the Democrats had that way higher than the Republicans had that. The Democrats thought you had to get vaccinated in order to be a good member of society. Last but certainly not least, voting it's strange, but it's oddly overlooked. Okay? For some reason, voting, people I would dare say, don't care about voting anymore. According to the Global Citizen, in an article titled 7 Election Facts Why Your Vote Matters, is we have fought wars in order for our right to vote. One that sticks out is the Revolutionary War in 1776, when we gained our independence from Great Britain. We were tired of Great Britain telling us what to do, so we fought them and went to war against Great Britain so we could become our own country, write our own constitution, and make decisions for ourselves. That's when democracy started in America. Another reason why people may not go to the polls is they say that it's a scheduling conflict. Well, in Florida, you really have no excuse. There's 14 consecutive days of early voting, plus the day of the actual election, plus absentee ballots, which are mail-in ballots. So if you're really not going to be here for those 2.5 weeks, you can mail in ballots way early, no matter where you're at. You just have to sign up for it. In another article, straight from the White House page, voting has come a long way. Now, it's, America doesn't have a good past. I don't think any country has a good past. America, when voting was first implemented into our democracy, only white males above the age of 21 were able to go to the polls and vote. Next, it might be hard to believe because of how America worked back in the day, black males got the right to vote before women did. And it may surprise you, but yeah, that's what happened. And then women got the right to vote. In summary, your vote does matter more than what you think it does, okay? I want you to, next time you go to the polls, I want you to think, someone gave their life for me to be in this country, to be able to have this right that I have, this freedom to go out here and vote. The presidential election is coming up. Go vote, people. Go vote.